So solving inequalities. They have the exact same rules as equations do. Solving inequalities. Solving inequalities. So the first thing we need to remember is, what is an inequality? Inequalities are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. An inequality, in elementary school you may have called them the Pac-Man or the alligator. An inequality is that symbol. So these are inequalities. There is no equal sign. So instead of an equal sign, you're going to see one of these problems. And to solve an inequality, we do the exact same thing that we normally do. To solve an inequality, the first thing we do but this time we don't draw a line down the equal sign, we draw a line down the inequality. Because it's the exact same thing. It takes the place of the equal sign. We draw a line down the inequality. Maybe, just maybe, we'll have to simplify. Which means distribute and or combine like terms. Maybe. I will tell you right now, we are not going to have this. So I'm going to put a 3 or a star next to 3. Or maybe let's not even put a 3. Yeah, let's put 3. You will not have to do this. It is not on your paper. But maybe sometime it will come up that you're going to have to move the smaller variable. Combine like terms. You, again, will not have to move the smaller variable today. That does not exist. We skip step 3. But maybe. And you already know this. You already knew to draw a line down the equal sign. You already knew to simplify, distribute, or combine like terms. You already knew to move the smaller variable. Say that again. Equal to. Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So after you draw a line down the inequality, after you distribute, combine like terms, we skip 3 because we will not have it. 4 is we solve using inverse operations. And there is one rule that is different. One additional rule. And it is the rule that screws every student up when they first start learning this. After you solve using inverse operations, you must remember, if, oops, sorry. That's what screws everybody up. I can't count. 5. If you multiplied or divided by a negative number. If you multiplied or divided by a negative number. What does that mean? That means if the coefficient was negative. If you multiplied or divided by a negative number, meaning if the coefficient was negative, flip the sign. If it faced this way, you flip it over to face the other way. But that's only if the coefficient is negative. That is the new rule. Everything else is the same. But this is the new one. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the sign. Let's practice. 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. 2x plus 4 is greater than or equal to 24. All right, so here's my first question, that one that we highlighted. If I multiply or divide by a negative number, is the coefficient negative? No, so I do not need to worry about step number 5 because my coefficient is positive 2. I do not have to worry about number 5 because my coefficient is positive 2. All right, let's solve. What do we do?
Minus 4.
Minus 4. So I have 2x is greater than or equal to 20. Next step. Colin. Divide by 2. So x is greater than or equal to 10. Anything greater than or equal to 10 works for this problem. Any number greater than or equal to 10 works for this problem. Let's try another one. Negative 4 parentheses, negative 4 plus x is greater than 56. So draw a line and let's simplify, so let's distribute. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. Negative 4 times 1x. Negative 4x is greater than 56. Ladies and gentlemen, do I have to pay attention to step number 5? Yes. The coefficient is negative. It's negative 4. So when I'm done with the problem, instead of it facing to the left, I'm going to flip it over to face to the right. So it becomes less than. What do I move first? Subtract 16. My left 16s cancel out, and I'm left over with negative 4x is greater than 40. I divide by negative 4. So x is less than, why did I flip it? Okay, stop. The only answer you should give, you should not say because it's negative, because that is not correct. The coefficient was negative. It was a negative 4. I divided by a negative number. Do not say because the answer is negative, because that's not always the truth. If your coefficient, the number you multiply or the number you divide by, is negative, you flip the sign. Instead of being greater than, it is now less than. Negative 10. All right, so let's talk one more thing.
Are we going to write down or do another problem? Write down.
Graphing inequalities. Because you're also going to be asked to graph your answer. Graphing inequalities happens on a number line. If I have the inequality x is greater than or equal to 10, a number line is provided for you tonight. But sometimes you need to create your own number line. And my rule for a number line, some teachers make you put 0, but we're going to be dealing with really big or really small numbers. So you put the answer, which is 10, right in the middle. And you're going to go up one number to 11, and you're going to go down one number to 9. And that's all I care about you numbering your number line. You do not have to go all the way to 0. But we're not done graphing. Tommy, turn around. This tells me x is greater than or equal to 10. So what kind of numbers are greater than or equal to 10? 10.1, 11, 15. So, the numbers up here, so we shade greater than 10. Luis. The types of numbers that are greater than 10 are to the right on our number line. Could it be equal to 10? Yeah, that's what this line means. So I'm going to also put a filled in dot right smack dab on top of 10, because it could be 10. Let's graph this other answer that we got, which was x is less than negative 10. So let's draw our number line. What goes in the middle? Negative 10. What's 1 greater than negative 10? 9. And what's 1 less than? Negative 11. Okay, let's look. If you read this correctly, x is less than negative 10. So where is less than negative 10? To the left. Could it be equal to negative 10? No. So I'm going to draw a fence to keep it out. Don't fill it in. Draw a fence around negative 10 because it cannot come into negative 10. It must be less than negative 10. Why? Oh.
Why? Yeah.
Why can it not be negative 10? Because there's no equal line underneath it. Over here, there was an equal line. But here, it doesn't have an equal line, so it has to be less than. So here's the rule. If it has an equal line underneath, you put a filled in dot. If it does not have an equal line, you draw a fence around it. Here's my other cheating freebie idea. If it eats the variable, you go to the left. Look, it's eating the variable. So we go to the left. If it eats the number, you shade to the right. See how it's eating the number? And it shades, oh my gosh, I got my words mixed up. This is to the right. My arrows are correct. If it eats the variable, you shade to the right. If it eats the number, you shade to the left.